Welcome to the sustainability with a focus on Earth. One of the 5 elements in Ayurvedic medicine. I'm Janet Stone, and really taken some time to have the conversation and share with you some of the ways in which I'm working with my own sustainability and my understanding of how I can participate in the sustainability of the resources around me, this planet around me. So if you imagine billions of years of evolution right here underneath our feet, the boards that my foot is on, whatever you're sitting on, everything you eat, everything you have, even your phone, all of it is possible from the resources of this earth. And in the Ayurvedic tradition, when we talk about the 5 elements, we look to balance these 5 elements. And the first element, which is actually the last element, which is the first element, is earth, Prithvi. And earth is thought to be stable and stabilizing and grounding, this place to land, a foundation in a sense. And all of us are born onto this earth. We push down into the earth to learn to stand up. We take our steps on this earth. We reach down and we grab the resources, eat them, wear them, decorate ourselves with them, decorate our homes with them, and so on. And so just taking this notice, and in particular within that context of the 5 elements, of how to stay balanced in what we're taking versus how much we're able to give, or what we actually need. The majority of what we get, the majority of what we buy, the majority of what we consume, if we really pull back the lens, is not that necessary. We convince ourselves it is. Just one more thing, won't make a difference. One more plastic bottle, whatever the thing might be. One more animal who suffered won't ever be noticed. But this affects us. This actually, what they talk about in yoga is what you take in actually penetrates all of your cells and your psyche. And so really starting to bring awareness around that. And how when we actually take care of the earth around us, the land around us, we are taking care of ourselves. There's a great documentary, Little Big Farm, if you get a chance to watch it. It really is the intensity, actually, and the struggle and the challenge around actually becoming holistic with our relationship with the earth, both receiving food, cultivating the earth, and letting it become nourished. We've taken it to the point where it's not sustainable anymore. So how do we figure out from this moment on to become in a sustainable relationship for ourselves and for this earth we live on? You know, if you look at what we eat, what's on our food, they say 5 to 6 billion pounds of pesticides are used worldwide. That's billions. Billions of pounds of pesticides. And where are they put? On our food. Where do we put our food? In our bodies. They say 90% of Americans have pesticides in our bodies. And we're rolling back regulations around pesticides. So how do we have a voice in that? And this is what my inquiry is. Because the fruit that I want to pick up and eat, if 70% of it has pesticides on it, I'm down to 30% options, and those are expensive, and because they don't make it easy, it's not easy. So my participation is looking at who will actually support regulations, who will actually wake up and allow us to become more individually self-responsible, and then looking at what we put our dollars to. I'm speaking to, in some ways, the choir. And I understand that the majority of people who practice yoga are already on the path of looking towards sustainability. But I often see, the juices and the plastic Cups, and how do we minimize just as much as possible? How do we take responsibility and make the harder choices from time to time? Maybe not always, but doing the best that we can. And then call on our corporations, call on those who make those regulations to actually step it up. And that will be with a wave of our voice. And if we don't use our voice, then it will continue until it cannot continue. But this conversation, this clarity around how we take care of our own grounding, our own foundation, and when I'm rooted, when I feel that foundation below me, then I'm less agitated in my mind. And when I'm less agitated in my mind, I'm less graspy after things. So encouraging you, and will really give you the opportunity throughout this month to give everything that you purchase or buy or think that you need a second thought. That's it. And also really encouraging you to take time, maybe add in a meditation if you don't already have a meditation practice, or start a meditation practice where you sit, give yourself some quiet time, 11 minutes a day, doesn't matter, just something where you sit. And in this month that we focus on actually the nutrients of the ground below us. So we can plank, we can downward dog, we can do our handstands, whatever it is, but we can push down. We have this solid below us so we can rise up and experience all of the journeys of life, the pleasures, the pains, the sweetness, the sour, all of it. And in that meditation, in that contemplation, just giving almost in a little sense drops of gratitude. Because I know when I'm feeling grateful that, again, I'm less graspy, I'm less trying to get more. I don't feel empty like I need to fill it up. So thank you for joining me in this little conversation. So curious to hear about how you're going to participate, what inspires you, what sparks you, what ideas you have. Because if we share these collectively and we keep in action and we don't become apathetic or hopeless, then we have a chance. And I look forward to taking this journey with you. Om Namaste.